So in studio, I'm joined by my input editor Brijesh Pandey, and I'm also being joined by Hejeng Misao and Rohan Singh. A warm welcome to both of you. Welcome to News9 Mediaverse, and in my show, To The Point. There are a number of things which we'll speak about. We'll speak about 13,000 detainees. Who are these detainees, which Indian Express reported? We're going to talk about the issue of Meitei fleeing from Mizoram. We are going to talk about COCOMI's EU Parliament letter. Is it the right thing to do? Bunkers destroyed. And who is going to write the story of the sexual assault survivors if the Women Commission members can't visit that place? But first to Mr. Misao, I mean to say the COCOMI's letter, which they have written to the European Parliament, how correct is that? I mean to say, this is like when people say, it's like asking for people to meddle in India's affair. Why would you write that to any country? I mean, the letter should be written to Prime Minister, Home Minister, Chief Ministers of this country. Why should a letter go to European Union Parliament by them?
Thank you, Kartiki, once again for the show. And that is the same surprise everyone is having when the issue is internal to the country, and everyone is amazed by the letter written by COCOMI to the European Union. So I believe this action is taken as part of a disparate action from the end of COCOMI, who I believe is one of the apex body of the Meitei society. And what I find is they wrote this letter as a firefighter because they thought with the speculation, the EU Parliament, when the issue of Manipur was taken up in the Parliament, they speculated that it must be all because the Kuki communities, as we belong to Christian community, they thought that we wrote to EU and the issue was taken up to the EU Parliament, which is I would say this, that it has no base, it has no evidence. For us, we don't make any approach to any external force, external country apart from India. But I don't know, there are also lots of independent inquiry taking place when the whole incidents of burning down of houses, churches, and properties were taken place, because now the world is such a small world. What is happening in one corner of the world can, in a second, can reach to the entire world. That's why when the churches, the video of churches being burned down, and then the salite flags, which is the flags of the Manipur Meitei people, when the salite flags are hoisted in the church, when the church was burned down, and then the salite flags were hoisted in the churches, I think it reached to the entire world, becoming one of the talking point. Why they are burning down churches and why they are putting up these flags, which is not even Indian flag, is the questions everyone minds is being struck by all those actions. So COCOMI, I would say, just before the start of all this ethnic cleansing, the so-called ethnic cleansing on the Kuki community, there were also lots of social media doing the round, where COCOMI and the UNC and the Chief Minister of Manipur meeting in the back door, and then I don't know what was transpired in the meeting, but at the end, everyone is caught by surprise. Even the Muslim Pangal were also surprised. We were also surprised, because if anything about Manipur has to be talked about, then the whole stakeholder has to be involved in those discussions. Why COCOMI, UNC, and then Chief Minister only discuss about Manipur issues? So that was something which everybody surprised, but we don't exactly know what was the point of discussion. But the speculation among our community is that there must be some kind of hidden agenda which they discuss about.
Yes, but Rohan, I think it was grossly incorrect to write a letter to EU members. What do you have to say?
First of all, Kartikji, thank you for inviting me to.
You are always welcome, Rohan.
What I as a Manipuri, not just as a Meitei, feel regarding about writing this letter to EU is that first of all, I was reading the letter by the COCOMI. Also, there was one very good point which I also feel very very happy to see that point that for your knowledge, Kartik ji, the first Christian from Manipur is not a Kuki, not a Naga, it's a Meitei, and his name is Angum Porom Singh, and they are from this place called Fayeng. So EU has taken to a very wrong propaganda that only the Christian attack specifically on the ground of religion is happening right now, and that's the perception that EU has. And also, Kokomi really wanted to clear out that point that this conflict right now happening is just between two communities, the Meiteis and the cookies. That's it. That was one point that the Kokumi wanted to really clear out. And we could have done that so. As a Meitei Christian, we could have also done that so. But I felt very happy seeing the letter because, like, from our point of view, also, it was something, a point that should be cleared out to the EU because I think they are also very misled because of this community fight. They also have to know a very clear point that this is just a community fight and internal matter, and this has nothing to do with religion. For now, as perceptions has been coming on, I really agree with the fact which Misao has told right now. Let's not be ignorant. Let's not be absurd. I'll just come and I'll commit to the point that this is a very wrong point where the churches were burned and the flags were hoisted in front of the cross. Because I myself, I'm a Christian. I agree the fact that was a wrong part. Also, Misauji, we should also accept the facts that the mandirs are burnt. It's not just one side of the religious attack; it was on the both sides. So we should also, have a proper understanding that because I find Cookie resource speaker speaking recently at the Jantar Mantar rally that no mandirs were burnt out. I was asking this question like, how will you believe, like, if we give you a proof of all the 32 mandirs with all the photos and videos clicked out? If you think so that when we as a Meiteis report to you, you won't be able to trust us. You can name us any of the media house, and we can sort out the list from the media house itself. We can do that also. When the number of the churches which was burned down was projected and was highlighted by the same media, and then when that same media highlights the number of mandis burned again, then you believe the first part of the burning of the mandirs, but you don't believe the second part of the mandirs burned. That's something not acceptable. So I would say that we should always accept both side of the stories rather than being ignorant and rather always going with dry arguments. Yes, I've told you again and again. I accept the fact churches are burned. I'm a Christian too, and my old church was also being burned down in Thamna Pokpi. The viral video, which was escalated in most of the social media platform, where one brother was speaking that yes, I'm a Meitei Christian, and this is our church, which the Meiteis are going, and this was burned down by the Meitei mobs. Yes, I agree that fact because that was my old church, and also in the meantime in another 2 or 3 days, we have confirmed three pastors. I will give this for the upcoming record. We have confirmed three pastors who are ready to testify that their churches were burned down by the cookies. And I've spoken personally to all three of them. Might be four, and it might be increasing also. We are just hunting out the number of churches because we as a Meitei Christians are also really disturbed that at the end of the day, we have been a really scapegoat from both the sides. And now it has gone to such an extent that when I go and meet all the Christian leaders of India, I have been told that I have been sponsored even by the RSS from the cookies, informing the Christian leaders that Rohan is now not speaking up for the churches but for the mandirs. But I really told them that, sir, I'm just reporting both the side of the story. When you believe that churches are also burned, you also have to believe that the mandirs are also burned. You have to always hear both sides of the stories. And for your information, let me just go get all the records in form of videos, in form of photos, in form of the testimony so that it is not just spoken by myself, but it's also from the person itself who have really encountered the thing. So coming back again to the main question, the Kartik ji, I think it was a very right move from the COCOMI, not just as a Meitei, but for as a whole of Manipur to present the real scenario of what was really happening in Manipur.
Okay. Brijesh, was it correct on their part to shoot off such a letter to European Union? You know, we have this issue. Why are foreign bodies trying to internationalize an internal matter? You know, we take a similar position when it comes to Kashmir. We had a similar position when it came to left-wing extremism in central part of India. We had similar position on many of the insurgencies. We have similar position on Punjab. Why should Manipur be any different?
Basically, Kartike, see, the first step has been done by when the European Union discussed the issue of Manipur, and there were certain, narratives which was opposed by everybody. You know, we did this program here, and we completely oppose that. You know, European Union has no locus standi to give us lecture on any kind of thing, and more so the issue related to Manipur. But if I go by the letter which has been written by COCOMI, basically, there's a feeling, because I also spoke to a couple of other people, there's a feeling within the Meitei community that their side or their version of event has gone completely unrepresented, and the way the entire conflict has been presented to European Union is more on religious line rather than the ethnic line on which the conflict is happening. And that is the reason why this letter has been written by COCOMI to European Union. Basically, it is a clarification of the kind of certain issues, certain mindsets which was prevalent in the discussion, which was also prevalent during the entire narration, the talk between the European Union Parliament and all. So basically, the intent of the letter, of what I was given to understand, is to do a course correction, is to put a correct picture in front of the European Union Parliament.